There's something like crowd dynamics. You can just kind of feel it, and I feel pretty safe here.
Shit pops off real quick, dude.
But anyway, I don't agree that me saying that they were living a gangster lifestyle is racist, because I'm describing behavior, and I'm not.
You mean like doing drugs?
If I was saying that all black people are gangsters,
isn't Trump a gangster? Shouldn't he be shot in his home?
I don't think. How is Trump a gangster?
Okay, he does drugs. He spends money he doesn't have.
Trump does drugs?
Oh, yeah.
Trump doesn't. He's straight in. He's never even drunk.
That is such a huge lie. Oh, my God, dude. Have you not?
I really do want to have a discussion with you, but you're starting, I don't want to offend you, but you're starting to get really emotional. You're just starting to shout talking points at me. We're not having a discussion anymore.
Listen to my talking. You need to be radicalized to be on this side and not that side. Because this side is guns, and they're going to kill us. And when the cops go fucking wild, because Trump fucks up the election, and they start killing us in the streets, you're going to wish you were over here fighting against the actual literal fascists. Look around at these people. Look at them.
I don't think that's
Look at you.
I don't think that's
You're
happening,
wearing a fucking mask flag.
It's because I've been attacked by you guys before, and I've been jumped.
That's cool. I'll never convince you.
I was here in Chop the night those two boys got shot in the Jeep, and I carried one of them on my lap to the hospital.
Yeah, and
people put death threats on me for filming that night.
And if that doesn't radicalize you against the shit that the cops are doing, they were literally right there.
No, that happened because the cops were not there. That happened because the cops were. Look what happened. Like, honestly, look what happened to Chop when the cops went away. The black teen death rate went through the roof.
You're just fucking lying at this point.
I was there.
I don't believe you. I literally don't believe you.
My name.
You gotta go now.
Online, I'm Villain Report, formerly Villain Phoenix. I recorded some crazy footage the night of the Jeep shooting. I was there. You can look it up. I was there. I saw it firsthand. I carried the boy. I was in the back seat of the car Raj drove to the hospital, and I genuinely. So when you guys call me racist, I've put myself in harm's way to help young black kids not die.
And now you're fucking
I don't know if that guy's
cops?
ever going to recover. The younger boy, the 14-year-old, the 16-year-old died on scene, and it was horrible, and it broke my heart.
And now you're bootlicking for the
you guys to call me a racist
without
saying
anything
anything about me?
Shit until you take down the system.
Yeah.
It's systemic racism, and doing individual acts just makes you feel good.
He doesn't believe
You're
in it like a
chasing a
fucking
good
fairy
feeling.
tale. He
I
thinks
could
it's a
care less
fucking
what you have
fairy
to say.
tale.
I don't believe in systemic racism, man.
It doesn't matter.
You just want to
You're just wrong.
You just
That's
want,
it. You're
you
wrong.
just want to shout at people and
You're
share
wrong.
your point of view, but you won't listen to anybody
You're
else.
wrong.
Hey, don't come up on me,
You're
man.
wrong.
I didn't step towards you.
You're
Don't
wrong.
come up on me and touch
I'm just
me.
telling you, you're wrong.
Well, I could do the same thing to you. You're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're wrong.
Thank you.
You're
I'm
wrong.
gonna stand here
See
and
how
I'll
well
waste
that
your
goes? That
fucking
goes
time,
nowhere,
bitch.
man.
Fuck
We got to
you.
respect each other.
I'll stand here and I'll waste your
If we
time
don't
all
respect
day.
each other and
You're
talk, we
obviously
are going to
not
go to civil
intelligent
war.
enough to have this conversation, and I'm fine with that.
If we don't
Keep
talk,
talking, bitch.
if we don't talk as a society, we will eventually go
Keep
to civil
talking,
war.
bitch.
Do you believe that dialogue is
I believe
valuable?
that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You should shut up.
I could say the same thing to you.
I don't care.
You'd be hot if you weren't a fascist.
Seriously though, right?
I know.
I'm
Fuck
not a
this guy.
fascist. You guys are the ones here trying to shut down an event from a peaceful assembly.
We aren't shutting it down. We're just here. We're all.
This thing never even happened. Yes, fuck.
All right, man. Peace, dude. Tried to talk to you a minute ago. Why are you involved in this kind of stuff?
This isn't a conversation. You're recording me. Like,
No, I'm live streaming. There's about
we're not talking.
1,600 people
I'm not
filming.
going to produce content for
If
you.
you guys are out here doing this, why don't say why you're out here?
Have a nice day.
You don't want to explain why you're out here? You just want to come out and terrorize people and not have dialogue.
But we're not speakers though, so it's like I don't know if it really matters.
You guys tell me what you're out here doing.
Nazis are on your side.
I'm not a Nazi, and I don't know that there's any Nazis here.
Oh, do you want to go and ask around? If you go, do you take a survey from me? You meet me right back here. We'll do like 10 minutes. Is that enough time for you?
But I want to hear why are you out here? Why are you doing this?
Not to say what? Oh, I know. But it's a good energy, like exercise.
I'm live streaming. You have a chance to tell everybody why you're here. Why are you doing this? What do you stand for? What are you trying to obtain?
We want SPD to stop killing. We want cops to stop killing innocent people.
Fuck fascists! I agree. Fuck fascists. guys are the ones being fascist right now.
I can't hear you.
It doesn't matter what
I
you
can't
say.
hear you.
Your
I
actions are what
can't
matter,
hear you.
and you're
I
acting like
can't hear
fascists.
you. What?
You're a
I
bunch of
can't hear
fascists.
you. Like a little louder.
You're a bunch of
I
fascists.
can't hear you. A little louder.
I can yell
I
louder.
can't hear you.
You are a bunch of
Louder. I
fascists.
can't hear you.
You're
Wanna get
fascists.
louder? Make it
You're
louder.
fascists.
One more.
You're a terrorist.
One more. Come on, you're so close, baby. Oh,
You're really cool. Can I
Wanna
suck
say
your
why you're out
dick?
here, bud?
Can I suck your dick?
No, thank you. I'll pass
That's
on
really,
that.
really cool though, please. I'm just begging you, whip it out. I want
that's-
to suck your dick.
Are you?
I want to suck your dick.
So sexual harassment is something you're putting up with? This gentleman is offering to give me a fellatio. I've turned him down, but he keeps harassing me. Me too. Me too.
To seal the deal. Council of Cum.
So you promote sexual harassment?
Lord of Cum.
That gentleman just I don't know if that caught the audio, but that gentleman just offered me a fellatio. Well, he was begging to give me a fellatio, and I turned him down several times.
Live streamers contribute to this way more than anybody's giving credit to. Like the live streamers are wrapped around the finger of the Antifa, where they have to make the Antifa look cool, and they can't tell the real story because the Antifa were uninvited to the functions.
I thought that guy was one of the terrorists. He's not. Or at least he's not saying stuff to terrorists. Hey, can I ask what brings you out here? What'd you say?
I reported for the gay news.
Oh, you're a reporter for the gay news? Okay. You march with the Black Bloc, though?
I don't march with them. I do document what they're doing.
Oh, yeah?
Because a lot of their activities are on Capitol Hill, which is the gay neighborhood.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know that. I went and spent some time in CHOP, but I learned that when I was there.
Yeah.
It's also a big, like gang-ridden crime neighborhood, too, right? A lot of gangs run around in there.
I don't pay too much attention.
Cal Anderson Park?
I just focus on whatever I'm assigned.
Oh, yeah? All right.
Oh, bear with me for one moment. Not sure why he went down. Bear with me 1 minute. I don't know what happened to his mic. Alright. Of course, I got it. And the whole server just went down. That's not good. Alright, sorry about that. I think the whole woke list just went down. Bear with me for 1 moment. I don't know what happened to him. Come on. His mic isn't working. That's not good.
the picture for Villain Report is just patriots. I don't think it's any one particular group. I think it's a conglomeration of groups in the Seattle area. And then everybody in black is Antifa. The KOTB 6 is them removing a BLM mural in Tulsa, Oklahoma. But let me find something with some sound to it real quick. See, John, to listen to my crappy voice. Okay. So this one is Alright, let me put this on. This is the Trump rally.
Those who would do violence in our communities. Now, Joe Biden explains it all by saying that America is, quote, systemically racist. And he and his running mate just the other day have said that police have a, quote, implicit bias against minorities. When Joe Biden was asked if he'd cut funding to law enforcement, he said, yes, absolutely. And his running mate recently applauded the mayor of Los Angeles' announcement of cutting $150 million from the LAPD. But let me make you a promise. Under President Donald Trump, we're not going to defund the police. Not now, not ever. We're going to back the blue. What the President and I know, what you all know, we don't have to choose between supporting law enforcement and supporting our African American neighbors or any of the minorities or families who live in our major cities.
Because, Danny,
we have done
a lot
both
of the
for the last
have.
3.5 years.
I mean, look at
we provided new resources for
Gabe
law
Brown.
enforcement, new personnel,
Washington,
and we've made historic
and
investments in our African American, historically black colleges and universities.
It's not getting better.
We saw the lowest unemployment ever recorded for African
woman
Americans.
that Wheeler is running
9,000
against is
opportunity
a
zones in our
self-avowed
major
Antifa
cities. We passed
supporter.
criminal justice reform.
either
We have
way,
supported law
4 more years
enforcement,
of
supported
Antifa
our
in
African
Portland.
American neighbors, and we're going to keep on doing it for 4 more years. So I just want to thank you all. I want to thank you all for being here today. As you know, we've stood for the rule of law. We've stood for law and order. And as I said before, we've stood strong for the right of every American to live, to work, to worship according to the dictates of our conscience. You know, the freedom of religion has been called our first freedom, then the First Amendment. And people of faith have no greater champion than President Donald Trump. From early on, the President took decisive action to restore the conscience rights of doctors and nurses, teachers, and religious charities. And President Donald Trump ended the last administration's assault on the little sisters of the poor, and the Supreme Court voted 7-2 to make it permanent. It's amazing to think. When Joe Biden was vice president, they actually hauled a group of nuns who had taken a lifetime vow of poverty to serve the neediest among us. They hauled them into court to force them to compromise their faith to live under the standards of Obamacare. And you deserve to know Joe Biden recently said that he plans to do it again. He plans to reimpose the strictures of Obamacare on the Little Sisters of the Poor and other religious institutions. In fact, his running mate attacked one of our judicial nominees, simply because they were a member of the Catholic Knights of Columbus. So let me make you a promise. With 4 more years of President Donald Trump in the White House, we're going to respect the religious freedom of every American of every faith. And we're going to end the assault on religious liberty once and for all. So it's been about security, it's been about prosperity, the rule of law, and our liberties. But I can't tell you how proud I am to be Vice President to a president who stands without apology for the sanctity of human life. Where Joe Biden supports taxpayer funding of abortion all the way up to the moment of birth, President Trump took action early in our administration to suspend all funding, the Mexico City policy, no taxpayer dollars to provide or promote abortion around the world. He's renewed the Hyde Amendment to protect taxpayer money from ever being spent on abortion, and President Donald Trump is the most pro-life president in American history. It's true. So we've rebuilt our military, revived our economy, stood up for law, order, life, and liberties. And let me just say, none of that would have been possible in our first 3 years without the strong and consistent support of Senator Rick Scott and Senator Marco Rubio. And that's also why, here in his congressional district, we need you to re-elect Congressman Daniel Webster to a new Republican majority and retire Nancy Pelosi once and for all. Few years with a Republican House and a Republican Senate. There's only one conclusion you can draw. In 3 short years, we made America great again. It's true. And then the coronavirus struck from China.
When Single's been grabbing you because you wouldn't stop fucking leaving us alone!
The first documented case of community transmission in the United States. President Trump did what no other American president had ever done before. He suspended all travel from China, the second largest economy in the world. He put the health of America first. Now Joe Biden said that was hysterical. He said it was, quote, xenophobic. In fact, he wrote in USA Today back in January that travel bans would, quote, make things worse. But let me tell you, as the head of the White House Coronavirus Task Force, I can tell you firsthand, President Trump's decision to suspend all travel from China.
You think I'm It don't matter. It don't matter who it is. I just want to talk to him.
Hey, you're not don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Do not touch me.
Don't do that. Let him not touch me. Guys, come on. Whether we agree or not.
I'm allowed to do that. No, you're not.
You touch my sign. You're not allowed to touch my sign.
Get out of my bubble.
That's not right, dude. That's not right.
Stop trying to interfere with what I'm doing. Do you, and I'll do me. Stop trying to stop me from what I want to do. Stop being a fascist.
Put the fucking umbrella
there.
Let him have his rights.
What's up?
Freedom of press, right?
Yes.
There's people out here blocking with the little signs on both sides.
Well, tell them not to. I'm against that. I'm against it. If it's crappy behavior, I don't care who's doing it. Stop it. Stop it, bro. Why can't I film this? Why can't I show what's happening?
Hey, you guys want to continue the discussion?
Not saying anything.
Whatever happened is over. Do you guys want to continue the discussion on top?
I was streaming too, freedom of the press, and the man that was just pushed over tried to attack me.
I watched you when you came. The first thing you did is you went up, got on stage, and you were trying to provoke people, and you were being provocative.
I wasn't saying shit to nobody. I wasn't saying shit
Yeah,
to
but
nobody.
I don't. I'm here accepted at this event, and I wouldn't get up on the stage while someone's trying to speak, man.
I got on the stage. Huh? Yeah.
No, I think you should be able to film. But I watched you, man. You were walking around kind of menacing people. Yeah, you should be able to film. I've stood up for you guys to film before. I think you should be able to film. But I watched you. You were kind of walking around, kind of menacing people a little bit.
No, it's because of the mask. It's because of the mask.
Nah, you were kind of walking up to people.
You want to know why I was wearing this mask? It's because there's certain people that are in groups like this that have been putting my picture out on the internet for more shit. So there's valid reasons why I do this. Well, because I'm trying to get.
You don't have to tell me, man. I'm masked up too for the same reason, because you guys beat my ass sometimes.
Hey, it's not a you guys thing over here, dude. I didn't do that.
Well, you guys all have a uniform on, so I kind of think you're all together.
I'm vibing out, dude.
What are you out here for, man? Tell me in my stream.
Press. Freedom of the press, right here.
Yeah, but you're all black blocked up and what? Why?
I mean, I'm not though. So my parents. I'm not like that. That's
but you're tough. You know what I mean, man. Just because you got colored pants on doesn't mean you're not in black block.
I got a black fucking rain jacket on because it was a rainy day earlier.
You look like you're lying with the black bloc. Yep. Why?
Yep.
Why are you with them?
I'm a person of color, dude. I'm just trying to show, you know what I'm saying? My rights, three of my people in my life have died due to police brutality, and I've seen a whole lot more than just that. And I'm just speaking up on my political beliefs and my beliefs on human rights.
Did you say that you're a person of color?
Yeah, this is it. I'm not blonde haired.
But your hand you look Caucasian.
No, I'm not.
No?
I'm not. No, I'm not.
All right. So this last week, I've been getting kind of turn my mic around. This last week, I've been kind of getting a little bit more red-pilled on some stuff. And while I'm still trying to have dialogue, I think dialogue is very valuable. I'm coming to the conclusion more and more, even when they are having a rational dialogue on the surface with me, they don't care about they don't care about the dialogue. They're just using it as an attempt to say what they believe. It's not an actual dialogue. Because when you make a point, they never concede it. They just move on to the next thing and try to win. This is actually a very, very different vibe than most of these events usually. This crowd is actually pretty peaceful. They're not attacking people. People are actually talking to each other, which is kind of rare at these events. So it's a little bit different. Step away and gather myself for a minute. Like, kind of scatterbrained at the moment. I hear that stupid squeaky toy. It's one of those Portland streamers, isn't it? All right, I'm gonna stand here and look at the chat for a minute and just kind of chill down a little bit. Who's that squeaky toy? I know you guys know it. People always talk about it. It's like, let's see, where's it coming from? Find that squeaky toy. Can't tell where it's coming from. I'm gonna look at the chat. Somebody tell me who does that squeaky toy. It's one of those Portland streamers, right? That's always squeaking that thing. Teebs, yeah.
I'm not trying to start shit. No, I'm not. Just because you say it does not mean that I am. I could say that about them too. You can say that about either side. Just because someone's amplified doesn't mean they're starting shit. I'm not on either side. Because both sides are kind of ludicrous.
This guy seems...
Both sides... Hey, you want to assault me? That's just really cool. I'm going to take his laptop.
I think this guy's a little bit touched.
If you want to take my laptop, then do it. See what good that does. No, I don't want to do that. I want to talk to the property crime. And I want more community.
Hey, there we go. We out here. My bad for going over these guys. You feel me? I got the D-Man's voice and carries. You feel me? Loud and powerful. Hey, so I got a question for everybody who's out here defending SPD right now. Do you guys actively support fascism, like? Because you guys have had Proud Boys amongst your ranks when you come out to these events before, and Proud Boys have actively threatened to kill me. So I just want to know, like, do you guys fuck with fascism, or what's up with that?
Yeah, what's good? What's good?
Like,
Hey, to that dude that rap battled in the blue, like, come up and talk, bro. Give me your side. I want to hear you. You didn't really have bars, but come give me your side. Get up here, bro. He was brave enough to rap. Get your ass up here, bro. Come on. Let's go.
He can't even rap though.
Hey. I at least want to hear your side.
Their side is fascism. Don't platform it. Don't legitimize it. We know what their side is. Yeah, do you? No, what? What is it? Define fascism. You're obviously a fucking idiot.
this man tried to rap. Hey, boom blast this offending fact this man can't rap.
I was gonna say I can't rap. Stop encouraging them to you know what I mean? Like that's the form of white supremacy. They be slimming out shit.
I don't know the Proud Boys, honestly. I mean, I don't know anybody who is with their organization or anything. I have heard the stuff on the media about them. But why I stand here defending our police is because they're human beings as well. And I stand here defending you too. I'm not going to sit here and attack you. And I really do appreciate everybody being civil. Because you have a right to speak the same as I have a right to speak. And you have a right to have things change just the same way I have a right to change. And you know what? I don't know if defunding is right, but I do know that there needs to be change. That's what I know.
They got way too much money. That's why I sit here killing people.
So, while I do agree with you that there needs to be change, I disagree in your method of performing that change. I personally believe that SPD has entirely too much money. They got $400 million this last year, $400 million this last year.
Or 6.
So $400 million can feed a whole lot of houseless folks. $400 million can build a whole lot of tiny homes for our houseless comrades. $400 million can buy a whole lot of textbooks, laptops, and computers for our schools. So why are we spending $400 million on a group of white men to come out and establish their supremacy in our streets and beat us and maim us? I personally don't agree with that. I think that we need to reallocate those funds into the community and continue to grow and build as people, because that's what the fuck I was raised on. Fuck anything else, fuck individualism. It's about the community and about us as a people.
I don't know how many people already got their voters pamphlet, but did you see that our state is spending $830 million from grocery bags, and that's going back into our government that is doing nothing for us either? So I think that yes, there needs to be change, but we need to be looking at all of these things. Yes, that money does not just go for salaries. That money provides them with a change of tires that they need, or brakes on their cars. That does the maintenance to their bathrooms that they need. So yes, that may sound like a lot of money, and it is a lot of money, but that's not just salaries. And we need to think about that our governor makes $187,000 a freaking year to do what?
If you guys aren't aware, there are currently SPD officers making $400,000 a year. $400,000 a year. There are people being paid more than city officials and actual government officials. Oh yes, and they're getting paid more than our vets, which, you know, that's some bullshit. But, you know, fuck their bathrooms. I've been able to remodel my house. I've been able to remodel a house for under $15,000. Okay? I do not need that much money to fix a fucking precinct, bro. The reason why they have $400 million is because they're buying all these new guns, and they're buying tanks. You know how much a tank costs? You know how much a Bearcat costs? Do you know how much a brand new Bearcat costs? It is a couple $1 million. Those things are not fucking cheap.
Except they're not buying brand new Bearcats. They're spending $750 to get them from the Department of Defense.
$1,000 in their guns, you know, and that adds up over time. Oh yeah, tear gas and pepper balls and flashbangs and all that great shit, expensive as fuck. That's why they have $400 million, is because they're spending it on gear. I promise you, you can maintain buildings for way less than $400 million a year. You can pay people to take care of the community and serve each other and protect each other for way less than $400 million a year.
Hey, why'd you try to trip me?
Because you're a piece of shit.
Why am I a piece of shit?
Literally, you have to ask that question. Just move the fuck
You don't even know who I am.
I know exactly who the fuck you are, dog. I know exactly who the fuck you are.
Why do you think I'm a piece of shit?
I'm not even going to get into it because you know the answer to that question and you just want to try to get me to involve you. And I don't want to involve you.
I don't think I am. I've been trying to get you guys to talk for months.
No. You've been trying to put words in people's mouths for fucking months.
Colin Not true, bud.
I know that you don't think that, but we all know it's true, so move the fuck on.
Well, have a dialogue with me. I'll listen to you. I'll let you talk and I won't talk.
When you tried to ask me or one of my comrades if this is a communist movement.
You just said comrade.
Yeah. Let me fucking finish, right?
Yeah.
I said that. Don't give him this clip anymore. I'm just gonna give him this little bit.
I don't troll people that are respectful to me. I have not trolled anybody on my on platform.
There's nothing wrong with communism, and when you frame a conversation that way, it's clear that that's what your agenda is. Have a nice fucking day.
I am against communism. I am.
There's an entire generation of people that have no idea what a fascist is.
I'll put it away for a sec. Literally, make your case for communism.
I'm not making a case for communism. I'm simply saying that the way that you're framing the conversation and trying to make communism as a boogeyman word is the simple problem with where you're trying to have a conversation. I can't have a conversation with you if that's the way that you think about the world. That's it.
I do think communism is bad.
That's what I'm saying.
And
I don't want to have that
if you don't agree, the only way for you to change my mind is to make a case for it.
I don't want to change your mind because your mind is made up and you're trying to get me to say something to fuel your base.
If you
people following you right now, that's not a conversation I want to have in front of 1,500 people.
If you actually look at my stuff, I'm pretty reasonable.
Turn it around.
Okay, let go. I'm pretty reasonable. If you actually look at my stuff, I don't
need to look at your stuff. I'm telling you, based off the way that I heard you having conversations with other people, that you have an agenda and that you're trying to frame the conversation in an unproductive and unacceptable way. I don't want to have that conversation with you.
Okay.
That's why I'm telling you to get the fuck out of here.
No, what I'm saying is, okay, you made a point. Let me listen to you. How can we change unless we have a dialogue?
Thank you supporting for the Black Lives Matter movement.
And look, how we can change, not only is having dialogue, but holding each other accountable, right? We got to hold each other accountable in many different ways. You know, just like it's these types of people, we talking about abolishment, defunding, then things like accountability is very important. You know what I'm saying? Community resources, community help, mutual aid, right? Correct? That would be one of the, if that was possible in your eyes, that would be one of the things that you have to do, right?
I don't know. You just
like
said a lot of things that sounded
militia.
nice, but there's not really.
Hey, look, well, the reason why we're talking about accountability, gray jacket over there, blue hat.
Yeah.
Y'all need to hold him accountable for stirring up trouble within your event.
This is not my event, bro.
Well, it's, okay.
I don't know. I know this guy. I've met him before. I don't know any of these people here. I don't know any of these people here.
Respectful dialogue.
No, I've already told Katie that she needs to hold.
And he held him accountable too.
And where the fuck did he go?
This dude held him accountable.
He had another shirt, but they need to be held accountable for fucking their thing.
You know, generally on some back to blue vibes, right? Back to blue nature. You're not anti. You're not like.
If I were going to choose to be against the cops or for the cops, I would choose that I was for the cops.
Yeah, exactly.
If we're gonna make it a binary, then yes, I'm for the cops.
So you know, while we're talking about that, we all gotta hold each other accountable. We gotta make sure that.
I gotta go get this on film right now, man. This is kind of crazy what they're doing up here.
Oh, are you tired of the Antifa bomb warring?
We tread on you. We tread on you.
Hey! What are you macing people for? You okay?
Get out of here. Get out. We don't want you here. Go. Go.
Did anybody catch who that was so I can report assault?
Oh, report assault. Oh, she's so sad.
Get out of here, Katie.
Are you crying? I feel really bad, Katie. I feel really bad.
Who are you? Are you Katie?
At Sweet 27, can we come?
He just asked her if she's Katie.
Shows together.
Hey guys, did that girl mason her? Did that get caught on my stream?
Are you choking on something? Is that a little boot in your throat?
Stop doxing people. Stop recording. I
can't find her.
They caught it on my stream, so you can look at Villain Report in the stream later. We're at 112 minutes right now. So Villain Report, check out the stream. They said it's caught on the stream. So.
Go home to your white little suburb, white supremacy. Get the fuck out of here.
The white says the white guy.
Is this the best you got?
Why are you guys running them?
Is that the fucking best you got?
Why are you guys running them out?
Why?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out. Get
Huh?
the fuck out. Why are you so here?
You're gonna need to get some moisturizing cream if you're looking for.
Did they do something, or are you guys just?
They do stuff all the time.
Those specifically?
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you're like specifically running them out right now, or just because you don't want any of that group here?
No, specifically her, because she was repeatedly doxxed.
Hi, fashion.
Who is she?
Katie Davis. She's a right-wing media person who likes to infiltrate protests and film from within them.
She's fully being protected by a 3%er Proud Boy guy, Lieutenant Dan over there. And we will run Fash out of the park.
That's what we're here for.
That is a violent person. That's not somebody who's like, I care about.
That woman is a violent person?
No, the person that's protecting her. And I don't care, like, I'm all for having people stand on the corner, like, I'll go and dialogue with people and talk to people at the rally, you know? But when somebody is inciting violence, hitting people with a baton, and also is an actual Proud Boy who their MO across the board is to promote violence against the left, then these people cannot be in
I've recently been had some interviews with the Proud Boys, and I'm in contact with them, and I'm able to talk with them. I'm not seeing that, man. When I meet them, I know that there's that incident in New York. It's infamous, and like they have their side of it, and the guys went to jail. But when I've met them, like sure they're a rowdy bunch of guys. They're kind of like roughneck construction kind of guys. They like to get drunk and go party. But I honestly haven't met them, at least to where that I've seen, that they're actually trying to like just hurt people. Maybe they're willing to like fight back.
Yeah, I can understand this.
They have a couple rites of passage to be fully part of the Proud Boys.
Yeah, they got to get a fight, but
Yeah, they have to beat up the leftists, and they have to like say serial names while being punched.
they have to what?
Say serial names while people are punching them. It's like part of their like
Captain Crunch?
hazing. But
That's just
beating up
that's
a
just-
leftist, beating up a counter protester is one of their rites of passage.
So are you claiming that they have to go seek out a fight and cause a fight?
Yes.
I'm not aware of that.
It's a thing. It's true.
But they're interesting in that sense of just like those rules, they have them, and like as a result, like by the definition of being a Proud Boy, like you are violent.
You got a little bit of a lookout going on.
I don't know, man. Like I said, I've gotten to interview some of them. I don't really know any of them. Like I've gotten to interview them. I've been at the events. I was at the Proud Boy event in Portland last week or last month, and I just haven't seen. I know that they're willing to use violence, and I think you guys would agree that that violence isn't something that should be taken off of the table completely.
Can I add something? Like,
Yeah.
you know, obviously there's tons of footage like on Twitter.
There's tons of what?
Tons of footage like on Twitter that just Proud Boys, group of Proud Boys, carry gun, carry pepper spray, pepper spray around, like, you know.
Says a group that just pepper spray someone for no damn reason.
How could you say the denial of, like, you know, they are not agitated, Proud Boys are not, like, you know, making violence at all. So that just kind of sounds like you're biased, to be honest.
I'm saying that I have not seen the Proud Boys instigate violence. I have seen the Black Bloc instigate violence many times. I've seen Black Lives Matter instigate violence many times. I have not personally seen myself violence instigated by the Proud Boys. Yeah? All right. So let me ask you, I was trying to have a conversation with this guy, and obviously he's saying that I was using inflammatory words, and if you guys have watched any of my content, I continually try to check myself and not speak inflammatory. I do. I have my beliefs. Everybody does. But I try to film things unbiasedly. I do share my opinions. I'm a little bit right. I am not a conservative. I'm not even a libertarian. I think that libertarians don't take care of the community around them enough. But I'm very far against. I'm against communism. I'm against radical leftism. I'm also against the war on drugs. I'm kind of all over the place. I deal with things that I don't like to be put in a box, and I don't like this side taking that's happening in the U.S. right now. Are you guys for communism?
It depends on what you mean. Like in terms of state control, no.
Yeah, no.
Well,
like what in your mind is like?
Yeah, what does communism mean to you? Because that's become such a like inflammatory buzzword that like it's hard to say. You know?
Inflammatory
Not
buzzword.
Not state control communism.
What the hell do you know about communism? Have you ever left fucking Seattle?
I think
Have you been to a communist country?
Isn't actually one thing. I think it slides from socialism to chaos. I think communism is the death of the individual. It's the collective and the forced integration into the collective. It's like a one all-encompassing totalitarian belief system. Communism usually comes with atheism, an attack on religion.
I wouldn't say that's true.
Even in Marx and Lenin, that's not the case. But like with the actual socialist regime, actually existing socialism, communism, whatever you want to call it, yeah, there have been programmatic atheism, like of sorts, where it's like they actually go and like they report and like, change people's culture. Of course, it's not.
So the right likes to label what you just said as that wasn't real communism. It's this idea that every time that it ever existed, that wasn't actually communism.
But like what we just agreed, it's kind of a sliding.
Yeah, it was.
So as a result, like you can just say that about anything. Like communists will say that about their regime. They also say this totalitarian regime that does not share any sort of value system with Marx whatsoever is true communism, whereas attempts just to go directly to it aren't.
So let me ask you this, and I'll turn it to you. Do you think that there has been a playing out of real communism in the world yet, ever?
It really depends what you mean. If you mean stateless, classless, moneyless societies, of course. Like, that's even in Marx. There's like this thing called primitive or primary communism that was like one of the first stages in this historical development. It's like you actually like buy into it.
It's kind of like that Rousseau idea of the noble savage.
Hey. Well, so like the language is actually like the translation is primary communism.
Can I point out? I'm going to sidestep here. Did you get offended because I used the word savage?
A little bit.
That's a definition. Words are amoral. That's a philosophical term that I'm referencing.
Amoral?
Huh?
Is the N-word amoral? There you go.
If you're referring to the color black, if you're calling a person that, no.
Right, but you also use savage to like refer to.
No, it's a philosophical. There's a philosophical idea that's called the noble savage. It's an idea, and we're not, and it's free of judgment. It's not saying that these people are lower or less. That's just in the society when that idea was first coined. Right. That's the term that was used at the time. But anyways, that was a rabbit trail. I was not making a judgment about a primitive society.
I think Rousseau calls that like the state of nature, like primary state of nature. A little bit different. I think noble savage is like a phrase that was like put onto it in order to kind of caricature it.
Yeah,
Or, like, how
it's the idea of Tarzan. It's the idea that if we just chopped society up and got rid of it, everybody would be virtuous in nature. So I was going to turn it back to you. What do you believe communism is, and I guess are you trying to achieve that?
Communism is a stateless, classless, moneyless society. That's not what I'm trying to do. It would be cool. If
What do
there
you
was
have
no
left
state, class,
if there's no class, no
and we're all
money, no
getting
state?
together and like just working basically. To
You have a
other
forest
people.
with
Nice.
people
and like also
doing
things with the emphasis on individual
non-productive things.
the ability and autonomy, right? Whether or not that would work, and it's extremely not really a point. Like,
Your eyes
because
open.
it exists pretty much only in the abstract.
Yeah.
As a result, it becomes kind of like pointless to talk
So
about.
why are you guys dressed up in black blocking out here? What are you trying to do?
Well, in general, it's just to protect people's identities.
Do what?
To protect people's identities. People get like stalked and harassed.
All right, but what I mean is like you're coming out with a group dressed in black bloc. You're not coming out here to hide your identity. What's the reason why you're coming out here?
The reason to come out.
Yeah.
Well, basically the counter protest. So I think contest the state.
Contest the state?
Space.
All right.
And say that we don't want.
Right.
I don't know. We
Right.
are. There are people who also believe the opposite of what is happening in that space, and we don't want them to be the only voices that are out there.
Right.
I don't understand the counter protest thing. How come you guys just don't have your own protest?
We do.
We do.
There you go.
But you're
then why do you
wearing-
come? Why do groups of black bloc come and try to shut down the conversation and shut down?
Why do people come to our protests and try?
I don't think that's a fair thing. I don't think that I don't think that the conservatives do show up to the
They do. Someone pulled a gun on us like a week ago. Yeah.
Okay.
Just like for no.
That's like an anecdotal thing, but there's a pattern. Almost every conservative event will have Black Bloc, Antifa, Black Lives Matter show up to counter protest. That's rare on the other way.
Not
When,
really. Not
Not really.
I guess we just have to agree to disagree because I've been going to this stuff for months and months and months, and it's rare.
Maybe they're not organized to that extent. Like it doesn't seem like they're able to like get great turnout for their rallies. It doesn't seem, unless SPOG is organizing it. It doesn't seem like.
Yeah, that's kind of like the conservative versus liberal thing. So like the liberal nature is to act, and then the conservative nature is to be conservative and not act and like hold back. So it's kind of part of that.
If you want to like ascribe like temperament to politics, like go ahead.
Okay.
That's not really a core defining feature of either politics. That's a defining feature of like a person's temperament who may subscribe to some certain sort of like political alignment.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go see what the shenanigans over here is happening. Thank you guys for peacefully talking to me. So. I'm not getting the best. I don't know if I'm just in the wrong headspace today or what, but I'm not getting the best dialogues going on today.
You can't fix stupid, villain.
There's a police presence here now. Who's Katie and why do they hate her? Is she just a streamer and they just hate her because she streams, or is she actually provocative or a shitster? Or they just hate her just because she's not with them?
Last I heard, Katie was she was over by Milwaukee, but she basically got thrown out of Milwaukee by local Antifa.
Your name is a comic book over name. Like, literally, like, what? Are your parents, like, nerds? Or, like, how did you get the name Dick Bostill? Are you German?
Right now, I'm at Green Lake Park in Seattle. There was a Back to Blue event earlier today, scheduled from 11 to 2. Somewhere around 12 to 12:30, a group of around 100 black blocs showed up and started shouting and trying to cause disorder. It actually has been way peaceful, more peaceful than events like this I've seen before. I haven't seen much violence or attack or assault. Did see one Antifa girl try to mace one of the streamers, a girl named Katie. So now the police have finally arrived after, strangely, the police showed up and made a presence after the event was pretty much done. Most of all the Patriot side had already left, and then the police showed up, which is weird. They sat across the ball field for most of the event and just watched.
This nigga right here look like he beat his dick for some really weird shit. Leave the area now! This nigga watches some weird porn. That nigga right there. That one definitely watches some weird porn. That nigga be watching the weird anime. Leave the area now!
I like how the BLM guys make fun of hentai when most of the Antifa guys are probably all about it.
Will result in more insults hurled in your general direction, especially you absolute piece of shit, type motherfucker bombs you.
Come on, Nighthawk. Where's Matt? Come on, Matt. Let's go, Matt.
Your coke drips are going everywhere, Nighthawk. Wear a fucking mask.
Public servant, shut the fuck up, alright? And just look stupid like how you do. Don't say shit too much.
You guys have three precinct officers harassing the person you just arrested.
While we're talking,
Are you guys gonna like
you want public service?
beat them up some more?
You want public service?
Welcome to Seattle,
Public service, and we pay you this. You're a district service.
where the citizens suck.
Shut the fuck up while we're talking. Don't say, shut the fuck up while we're talking to you. Hey, you, shut the hell up.
If you sit there as a citizen of Seattle, allow people to speak to the police the way these people are, and have the balls, the cojones, to call 911, I ain't got nothing for you.
We've been dealing with this for a couple months, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
This is my first event like this. Yeah, literally never like seen Antifa or anything. But like,
This is
just a bunch
actually-
of teenagers, dude. Like they're not anything like I thought they'd be on the news, man.
Yeah, this is actually really mellow and non-violent.
Okay.
Usually, and they're actually talking to people.
Yeah.
Usually at these events, there's no
That
talking.
was surprising. I like that, honestly. I thought it was like, I don't want civil war, man. You know what I mean?
I agree.
So you're saying other times it gets pretty hairy?
Yeah, this is weird that they haven't been like attacking people or been more aggressive in trying to get the people to attack them, and it's a little different today, man. What made you come out? You said this is your first time. What made you come out?
I found the Defend SPD Instagram page, and I just thought it was like really catchy and fun. But like I've been watching this stuff, like I've been watching on the news a long time, you know, and like yeah, it's fucking scary seeing like what's going on in Portland and stuff. And so I felt the need to like come and do something. I just didn't know what. So this felt like something I could finally come out to.
Yeah.
And I didn't know there was gonna be counter protests, and then that was a surprise. And then the guy like offering to rap was a surprise. Like it was all everything. And then the police showing up at the end. Like I don't even know why they're here.
Because they don't. They're intolerant. They
No,
don't.
I mean why the cops are here. Why the police show up there? I didn't even see anything that happened.
They were here from the beginning. There was about a dozen bicycle cops across the park behind the backstop the whole time from the very beginning. But I don't know what sparked this all of a sudden. One of the Antifa girls tried to mace one of the female streamers on the other side.
Katie, they tried to get Katie.
I think they missed her, luckily. But I don't know. I was just talking about that. I thought it was very strange that they watched the whole event, and then once everybody pretty much left, then they come. So
yeah, what? I'm trying to figure that out. Like,
I don't know.
Thank you for putting your safety back in.
What's your thing, man? What can I check out?
Villain Report on YouTube. I'm live right now.
Villain Report, VYLAN.
Villain, like moo hoo ha ha ha.
A Villain Report.
Yeah. You find me on Twitter and YouTube.
I'll check out Villain Report. Yeah,
Right on, man.
I'm Cam.
Cam, nice to meet you, buddy.
They're commanding the cops.
They do that. They do that. Once they decide to do something, they act like they're the ones that made it happen.
That's so funny.
What do you think? Is that a little analogy bottle? Is that a drink or is that really? Got ice in it, so it's probably a drink. It's probably tea.
Specifically a 9mm 45 ACP, you feel me? So make sure you have a round in there, and you can see the ball your fucking brains out, obviously. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. Hey, excuse me, man. I understand that you support police, but police are actively killing black people in the streets.
No, they aren't.
Hey, you be fucking police officers?
You know who is actually killing black people in the streets? Black people. You know how many shootings there have been in Portland this year so far?
Fuck police officers. She said, fuck the blue. You feel me?
596 shootings so far this year in Portland. 74% of those have been African American. None of them have been in the hands of cops that have gotten murder charges.
Hey, this is our intersection now, thank you. This intersection has been labeled the people's intersection. Hey, we're about to get lit. It's turn up. It sounds like the fact that we just kicked the fucking fascists out the park once again. You feel me? We're not fucking undefeated when it comes to that shit. Cause ain't nobody running no goddamn city but the fucking people. This is our shit. Fuck all these niggas.
What are you talking about?
Hey.
Hey, look, we made it rain.
A little better.
That wasn't Jesus, that was us. We did that.
So then, like, once they start blocking the street, now the cops are gone? Like, what's going on right now?
You never followed any of this before?
Not really. Like I said, just like the news blurbs, like there was a riot last night. And I'm like, God, every night. I've never really seen. Yeah, I guess I've never watched a live stream or anything.
Yeah.
I gotta watch that shit, dude. It's like hella interesting.
Alright, these guys are going to try to throw this football at our heads.
Wait,
Keep an eye on them.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They'll, like, come and target us? Yeah. I know, I'm kind of surprised, like, we've gotten a pass. Like, why did they kick out some of us and not others? I don't get it.
It's just like the mob mentality. Whatever the energy happens, man.
Okay. Yeah, it is a big mob. Yeah, totally.
So you're honestly on the Patriot side?
Well, that's the thing that's kind of funny why I haven't been out a lot is like I'm kind of like I'm so libertarian that like I do sometimes see cops as big government. You know what I mean? That's why I haven't been out. Yeah. But it's not like I want a big communist state either. You know what I mean? So I'm not sure where I stand.
I kind of idealize anarchy, but I don't think it works.
Okay, yeah.
I don't like the big government. I don't like the overreach of the state and tyranny, but I don't think that terrorizing citizens is a way to get it. And I don't think that their motivations for doing this is legit either.
Well, where do you think this all comes from? Like, who are these people? That's the thing. I don't really get it.
I personally believe it's like some philosophical stuff. I think the Christianity was the foundation of Western culture, and Western culture has left Christianity, and now there's nothing to like shackle the mind and kind of hold the mind together and let it keep it from just like falling into despair and nihilism and meaninglessness.
Jung talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
Carl Jung.
Yeah.
Okay, I know. I'm with
or
you.
Nietzsche, or Nietzsche, however you want to say him.
God is dead, sort of stuff.
He talked about that same idea, how we were in for a world of hurt in our society because we've left Christianity behind.
Well, and then that's what you're like. This is the hurt.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of people hurt and don't know what to believe, so they're trying to throw themselves into some kind of action that they can.
Which I can't blame them, right? Like.
Yeah, I don't blame them either.
It's just like they have their religion as far as I can see.
Well, I actually do blame them. I mean, you can be hurting in despair, and you can choose to let that be a motivation to stop hurting other people and to make less pain in the world, or you can use that motivation as an excuse to unleash your rage on the world.
Okay.
So I can't blame
We
you.
just said middle finger to all your police. Got my homie right here, yo, I know you got moves. Hi, nice
Like
to meet
this, like
you.
actually doesn't bother me though. You know, like this is kind of hella interesting. But that's the thing, I've never seen up close like what they're saying. Like, no, these guys get wild. You know, it's kind of hard to believe because they seem like a bunch of teenagers to me. You know, but I guess a lot of teenagers can do some fucked up stuff.
Yeah.
In Seattle, shout out to the team. She got
Here. Mainstream news. So the way it sounds like this protest, this march is being shaped out to be a funeral. So this march here is a funeral procession. A visual representation of all those that have lost their life at the hands of the police.
He's soft.
I know, right? Gets brushed a lot.
You have to like vacuum the house like constantly.
Every day. Every day.
Oh, he's a good boy. Oh, he's a good puppy dog. That's a good dog. Thank you. He's kind of unique looking. He's pretty. He kind of looks like Bart Wolf.
I know, and he's a Akita German Shepherd.
Yeah? Pretty guy. He's kind of shy hawk.
Oh yeah, he's afraid of everything all the time.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Need more doggo in my life. More doggo. Can I pet your dog? Oh, hello. They were in the water, huh?
That's an idea. You want to?
Where's the end goal for the merge? Do you know?
No. Oh no, I don't know.
Granted, it is daytime, but Seattle is known for having some pretty crazy stuff go off in the middle of the day on the weekends. But having a hard time filling that guy out if he was just really nice and genuine and just checking everything out, knew all this, or if he was just like I don't know. Well, I think he is what he says he is, because he's being real kind to all the Patriot people and giving them all fist bumps. And it's just hard to believe that people that are so naive to how these things go down.
Wait, I'm like the Middle East nigga talk shit, but he could never fuck with me. Got all my shit on my head, he ain't ducking me. Nigga run up, then you know I'm a something please. I come with 38 special. Make that nigga come address me. I got the chop on my head. Fuck with my niggas, we got some business. Wait, ain't no
I can tell you one thing. No good rappers come from Seattle.
I think I'm going to probably cancel the stream here in a little bit, shortly. Just an intersection being blocked. It's not that interesting.
That shit make crazy sounds. I can't turn you around. I can't lay you down. Got the pig blood on the seat, man, and it makes it sound like, whoa. Wait, you got the pigs, these niggas talking.
Yeah, they have the intersection blocked, so that bus is kind of trapped there.
That shit don't fit me. I think that's my kid. Wait, y'all niggas my kid. Fuck with me, I'm
Is that dude wearing a cape?
Bus driver decided he's going to accept it. He's going to get out of the bus and take a break.
I'ma just flip up the bag, yeah. I'ma just go and get it again, yeah. Came from the fucking south, yeah. Put that shit up in your mouth, yeah. If I blow a nigga down, yeah, that'll be 100 rounds.
You feel that shit, bro. That shit is hard as fuck. I'm gonna take a break. This shit isn't coming in loud enough for some reason. Appreciate you guys.
Second, there's two buses that are stopped here. So I found the guy with the squeaky toy.
Oh, you guys want to be real upset? I got something.
My mod, MM, is throwing up my link to my Discord. Tomorrow night, we're going to have like a conversation, a chat, and audio chat. And I think we're going to have call-ins. So check out the Discord. I honestly don't know much about Discord. My mods have set that up for me. So a couple of them are going to hang out with me tomorrow night and do a little Discord chat conversation, maybe take some phone calls, we'll see.
From us, that you're right from
This is
us,
Malcontent
that you
Tango. He's
took
on the other
from
side
us,
of the park.
that you threw us over boats. Your forefathers did.
And
you're
that
still,
is not my fault.
Oh, but you live in the luxuries of our juices. We made fucking America.
From slavery.
We made fucking America.
Benefited from slavery.
You living from
Who
our
benefited
juices
from slavery? Ask
You're
the
living
question.
lovely. That red, that green, that yellow light that's up there that y'all motherfuckers stop every fucking day. It's the red that the blood that we shed. The yellow's from the gold that you took. The green is from the fucking motherland that you call America free. And you have the fucking audacity to come up to me and bow wow and cry? Man, get the fuck out of here. Wow. You don't know who you dealing with. You dealing with a real, true black man. I'm God-fearing. But when you come against my people, you're damn right I'm taking you fucking out.
I didn't do anything to you.
I don't know you and I don't give a fuck. But what I do know is about my people. Until you've been in my fucking Timberland boots and felt the pain that my mother, my father, my brother, my sister been through, I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
You can start by educating yourself. You gotta educate yourself
Oh,
on your
go.
history, who you are, where you
Whatever.
came from, what your people did, what role did your people play in history. You gotta do that knowledge. We got knowledge of ourselves. We know what happened. This is why we're here. But you gotta do your knowledge and find out where you came from and where your role played in that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it might not have been you, but it was your forefathers. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
You think I'm proud of my ancestors and what they did?
You gotta eat
because
that.
I'm not.
You gotta eat that though. You gotta eat that. And this is why you're here feeling the way you are. And this is why he here feeling the way he is. You know what I'm saying?
And how do we
It's an
get past
emotional
this?
thing. You know what I'm
And
saying?
how do
This
we
is a
get past
monumental
this?
shift that's going on, not in just this
Seeing as the
in this
person on the
universe.
right
Here's something.
has never done anything to the person on the left, and the person on the left has never
Worldwide,
a
baby.
single
Worldwide.
thing for the person on the
The
right.
pain of both these people
Nothing.
is palpable.
You can't fix something that isn't there. If neither party has partaken in anything,
To find out who
no
you are.
action or
You know, look
inaction
yourself
can
in the
change
mirror.
it.
You know what I'm saying? Are you aware of the disparities that's going on in this world? And what are you doing and what are you doing to either better the situation or make it worse? You know what I'm saying? Are you outreaching to your people who look like you? You know? I'm
I
just saying
outreach
though.
to people
You
who
know?
look like me, who don't look like me, because
I feel that. You know.
I
And
do
at the
too.
End of the day, it's a try and fight for everybody. The way you're sitting, the way you're feeling right now is how I feel inside, but it just comes out a little stronger. The way you feeling is the way he's feeling inside, but what's coming out, you know what I'm saying, is just a little stronger. But he's crying inside as well. You know what I'm saying? So don't take, you know what I'm saying, the outright emotion that's being put out. You know what I'm saying? That's negative energy because it's just an open dialogue. You know what I'm saying? Where we're just conversing and we're just trying to understand each other because we're at this point now, like I said, in this world, we know something is terribly wrong, and
Damn, I
the
think he
talk
actually
starts here
felt
with each
that.
other, you know. But I gotta go find me a body because I gotta piss.
I think he actually felt bad for a second.
Corn pop was a fast food.
And you, sir?
Brother Ali.
Brother Ali, A-L-I. And you live here in Seattle?
Similarity to what police are. I don't think police as we know them existed until about like the 1800s or so. But police as like groups of people to go and enforce a law, oftentimes some of the first laws were slavery laws. So that existed there for quite a while. And then after that we got to like the Jim Crow era, and then we got to segregation. And so after the Civil War, 1865 to about like until the Civil Rights Bill was passed by Lyndon Johnson. I think it was like 66. But until that time, like segregation, like the laws stated, you have to be in different, you have to be segregated, whites only, darks only. And so part of enforcing the law in most of those states, not here obviously, but in states south of the Mason-Dixie line that had segregation, that had like forced segregation, part of being a police officer was enforcing those rights, or those laws rather. And so once that ended after the Civil Rights thing, then it just kind of like morphed. So you got to understand that like some of the foundations of what being a police officer has for 100 years, being a cop literally meant enforcing the racist laws. And so
I don't know.
That's why people claim
That's a lot of. That's like a. I don't know if those facts are facts or not, but that's. But that's. There's a lot of narrative in there too. It's not just facts that you're saying. You're saying how you're understanding those things and how you see it. But let me ask you this: do you think that the world has always been possible for different races or different cultures to exist together?
No, of course not. We're working towards a better one.
That's what I think. So I think people are so mad. Like I see people comparing today to utopia, but like
Everybody, do me a favor real
today to
quick.
yesterday, or
Hit that like button.
Yeah, we should try to
subscribe button.
like improve on what we have. But,
Try to get as many people on here as possible. Listen to this crap.
What narrative am I spinning there? I'm just stating, for 100 years, laws were about segregation, and being a police officer meant you enforce laws of segregation. And so once that went away, that ethos and that idea, that culture permeated through what being a police officer is. If 100 years ago, this is what cops did, that's like kind of like, what. Like, I'm not saying it's for everybody.
See, where I'm at with you is that I don't believe that was the case.
I understand, but what don't you believe?
I think that's a singular viewpoint.
Yeah, but what don't you believe?
I don't believe that the entire police force in America was surrounded about keeping segregated populations.
Okay, so are you just? I'm not saying the entire force. I'm saying part of it in places that were segregated.
So that's where we can go from. So if something bad is happening here or there, we deal with those individual issues. We don't throw the whole.
But we don't always deal with those issues.
I know, but that's the way of the world, right?
Dealing with those issues.
That's the way of the world. Things are messed up, so we got to try to do what we can.
Yeah. But if we try and do what we can, and what we can try and do doesn't consistently doesn't prove results, and the results that instead we are shown is that police officers get qualified immunity, police officers have their police unions brush shit up and transfer them over, like records don't follow them, shit like that happens. If we continuously see that a pattern of evidence exists, it's like if we were cops. If we're observing something and a pattern exists of criminal behavior, the criminal behavior here is no justice. Police officers killing people, not just black people, not just citizens. Police officers killing citizens with impunity and them not being held fully accountable like we would be for various reasons, you know? If we don't see that happening, then isn't a greater change what we go to? If it's not fixing it on the street.
I don't agree with you on that viewpoint, though. That's not how I see it. Like, I think Eric Garner was an example of injustice. I don't think that the city should be taxing us on like cigarettes and to the point where people are selling them regularly on the street corner. I don't think that they should have used that much force on him. I don't think they executed him. I think his weight and his health had a lot to do with that situation. But I do think that was a clear instance of injustice by the police and by the state. But I think those are one-off accounts. Most of the really hot topic media issues where they claim, like say their name. I look into I don't think that was a situation of injustice. Can we maybe move towards a system in the future that could handle that situation better?
Why don't you feel that was injustice?
Because
I feel like justice was done.
From my perspective, Breonna Taylor.
That's the key word. Okay, I'm listening.
So Breonna Taylor was dating a gangster, and she was helping him in some of his criminal activities.
That's not proven.
It actually is. Recently, they just put out proof that she was actually involved in some of the activities.
I understand.
You can see. Let me get out my point of view real quick, and I'll let you rebut it. There are dangerous ways to live your life. There are certain ways that there's certain paths through reality that lead to life, and there's certain paths through reality that lead to death. And the gangster lifestyle.
Paths through reality lead to death. First.
You know what I mean?
No, I'm just correcting that. I understand what you mean. There's certain paths of life that leads towards prosperity. There's
Yes.
certain paths of life.
And so you knew what I meant, so there was no reason to say that.
But
So
I'm a semantics person. My part of me. Words are important.
okay. But anyways, there's certain ways of being.
Nigga, what are you doing to my city?
Out here, bro. What are you doing? Go back to fucking Montana, you piece of shit. You're not even fucking from here, bro. What are you doing? You're just double super shit.
Montana's still white, bro. This is what he does. Comes down here and he says, I was at the battle of
What do you think, Renee? You think it's kind of winded down?
I think the cops might slip in eventually. I think it's probably winding down, but the cops might swoop in to 30 and something.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Especially because buses are waiting, you know how they are. They hate
Yeah,
to stop
yeah.
Bus drivers.
It'll be interesting to see about their new tactic.
Yeah.
I read the.
At least I didn't get any blast balls or pepper spray yet.
Read king and yada yada.
Hey, look, people will adapt to those tactics in 2 days. It's gonna
Right. Well, my view is I have seen some changes in tactics in the sense that they don't seem to be as trigger happy with the blast balls and with the flashbang grenades. That has definitely been a change from Carmen Best to Chief Diaz. But they become a lot more aggressive in some other ways. They just kind of like traded one tactic for another. And the other thing he's saying, oh, well, there's less and less people. And I'm like, oh my God, Breonna Taylor, right? That's on his watch. There were, between Cal Anderson and Westlake, about 1,000 people. The 10-3, the...
I gotta run to my car and get a new camera battery.
You gotta run to your car? Yeah. Okay. He never gets 300 people, right? I was really shocked at how many people were there. And then the 10-5 workout. You and I got the cardio workout on the 10-5. That was a big group.
Oh, yeah.
And then Black Indigenous March last night's the biggest group I've seen.
Yeah.
What, 2 months? That's probably the biggest group of people I've seen in 2 months for Black Indigenous Coalition. So I'm not seeing.
On them changes. If every male role model in your life that you've seen has had problems with the police, if your dad, if your uncle, if all that shit, if you got missing family members and you grow up to a single mother, you know, around some gangster culture, that's what you're going to be around. And so what we're looking to do is take some of the money that's being spent on tear gas, take some of the money that's being spent on Bearcats, and fucking put it into that culture and try and make that culture better so that that culture stops becoming one that is so easily channeled into a life of pain.
I agree with some of that. One thing I don't agree with is mingling things together. So we don't need to deal with one issue by dealing with the other issue at the same time. So if we need to help out a community, we don't need to do that by defunding the police. We need to focus on one thing at a time.
So would you be more comfortable, sorry for interrupting you, but would you be more comfortable with them with more money being allocated to public resources or to public, you know?
So that's another point that I don't agree with.
Public enrichment system.
That saying, teach somebody to fish and you feed them for a lifetime, feed them a fish and just feed them for a day. I don't think throwing money at things helps.
Okay.
If you set him,
to combat that,
if you set a man on fire, he'll be warm for the rest of his life.
a new report that just came out from Vancouver, Canada, in which they gave 50 homeless people 7,500 Canadian dollars. That's about 5,700 American dollars right now.
Uh-huh.
They gave those people, they followed them for 12 months to 18 months, I want to say.
Yeah.
As a pre-note to this, they also screened people. They screened people out for addiction and mental health because it was a case study. And so they gave 50 people, 50 homeless people.
So nobody in Seattle would get this
$5,700,
money.
let them do whatever they wanted. They also tracked 50 homeless people who did not get that, who did not get the money. The numbers on what people spent their money on, 50% of it was, I believe, housing. It was surprising. The
Question.
Sure, move that one over here.
You think is that a wrap?
I was just talking to Renee.
Hold on a second. Debbie, when did anti-fascists become fascist? Is the real question. Because so far what I've seen watching all these streams is a bunch of fascism from Antifa, who like to beat up, press, and otherwise restrict the movements of and freedom of the press. Tenet number one of all the isms.
That is exactly how niggas just pull that shit out and pop your ass.
Coming now, bro.
Yeah,
belly,
that was from the belly. I felt that. I respect it. You're right. Don't get shot.
Hey, don't get in trouble now. But party night.
So now what's happened is basically, well, the auto club is here.
Access for Metro Transit to move through the area. You need to vacate the intersection. If you not vacate the intersection, you can be subject to arrest for pedestrian interference.
All right.
You're making moves.
Shelter, just like kind of like seeing what that was really like, and no, it was just. But I've done things like that throughout my life. I've integrated and I've been very acquainted with the homeless population. And the study that you cite does not match my personal experience. I do not give homeless people money. I will offer to have a meal with them, but I do not give them money because my experience is it goes straight to things that demoralize them. But another thing is that my core principle, philosophical idea on what you're talking about, giving people money. Let's say hypothetically that we do throw a bunch of money at let's say that we had this population that was like really, really dysfunctional. We threw a bunch of money at it and most of the people in that population got better. I think that the reason why most people that appear good in the world are good is simply because they're comfortable and they don't have things provoking them to be evil. I think that if things deteriorate in society, you're going to see a lot of people do really, really bad things that seemed like good people before because they had comfort. And so so that doesn't So I'm not really concerned on. I'm kind of like a theological kind of philosophical person, like looking at the meaning of life and where are we going to be at next, what's after this. And so I'm not so concerned in people being comfortable in this life. I'm concerned in like what is a moral life and how do we have morals in society? Because yeah, maybe growing up in poverty is a bigger temptation to do bad things.
Can I respond real quick?
But let me finish this thought real quick. Maybe growing up in poverty gives you more temptation to do bad, but it also gives you more of a chance to overcome great obstacles.
Oh, so cute. I'm sorry, man. That's kind of patronizing. I've been trying to be
If the meaning of life, if life is meaningful and you're given a harder lot in life, I believe that you'll receive glory for that in the next life.
Hell yeah, man. So you believe in like heaven, hell? Are you religious at all? Like you just like, in my opinion,
I believe in God.
Yeah, this term, I believe in the God of a million names, but I don't think he's a fucking white man with a beard.
Who said he was?
I'm just saying I don't. That's what I like. Jesus. No, but anyways.
Jesus wasn't a white man.
Yeah. I'm not trying to get into that stuff. I'm sorry. That was a stupid offhand.
I just wanted to say something stupid and not have to defend myself.
So you just yourself stated that when shit gets tough, crime, like people do worse things.
Yes.
So,
It exposes what's in the person's heart.
So here's the thing, okay?
Ali, bro, we gotta go. We have to go.
If like scarcity leads to strife. If scarcity leads to strife, then shouldn't we try and diminish scarcity so that we have prosperity?
I think that we should try to be kind to the people that are actually in our life. So there's someone in your life that's in need, like you should try to help them and love them. But like there's other ideas, like Gandhi said, if there's violence in your heart, it's better to be violent than to cover your violence with the cloak of passivity. And because what he's saying is that it's just you're actually just impotent. I think that the most of the reason why people that we see are good, most of those people aren't good. They're just cowards, and they don't do the evil that's in their heart because they're cowards. I don't think that many people are actually good.
Well, I respect you, man. I appreciate the conversation. I'm sorry we didn't have more like shared space, but I'm happy that we were at least able to remain civil.
Right on, man. I might want to interview you sometime if you're cool, or like come on a podcast.
I'd love to, man. I'm super down.
Yeah.
I got other people who can help out too, man. I got other opinions too, but please, I'll provide all the fact checks in an email if you want.
Yeah.
You can just provide me with your email.
Sometimes I try to. Huh? What'd you say?
Can I get your info?
Yeah. What platform do you use? Do you use Twitter?
No, but I will. Give me your Twitter and everything. I'll be
It's
I'll be having
villain report.
Can you write yours down for me though? That's what I was saying. Sorry. I'll write it down too. I can dictate it.
All right.
Tell me how to spell it. Hey, nice to meet you, chat. I wish you all the best.
Just tell me how to spell it.
Just remember.
So villain, like muhuhaha, VILLAIN.
No problem, man.
Report.
I appreciate you coming.
So you can contact me on Twitter or Facebook.
Villain Report Twitter.
Twitter's the best one.
I'll be at you. Yeah, man, I appreciate it, but yeah, that's my thing. I believe in universal basic income. I think that we give fucking buku bucks to fucking billionaires who fuck up their businesses.
Yeah.
And I understand that it's to like fix to prevent the economy from plummeting into something worse.
Yeah.
But my belief is that if we can give all that fucking money to those people, we can alleviate the suffering of like the lowest of us and allow people who are really bad to continue being bad with those resources. Because if we gave everybody, like, let's say Yang's plan, $1,000 a month, and people are still being bad, fucking throw them away. Because people aren't being bad anymore to feed themselves. People are being bad because they're bad.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at. Because right now, like, there's a
I know. I can see your side. I can see my side. I can see both sides. Like we both want to make the world better and make systems of government like less tyrannical.
We just think that we just
got a different answer.
We got different perspectives on what the systems are like.
Yep.
We both view these systems as something that needs to change, but we view them as things that need to change in different ways for different reasons.
I agree, and that's why these conversations are great, because we see that we're not so far divided, and then we get to hear the other point of view and like think on it, well, maybe that guy's got a point. You might not hit it in the conversation, but like maybe a week, maybe a year, maybe 10 years later, you're like, that guy,
you might support
that thing that guy
UBI,
said,
and I might think there's a God.
Yeah.
But no, like. And then just one final shout out to all your viewers. There could be a bunch of people watching. I want to encourage everybody to go listen to Dead Prez's premiere album called Let's Get Free. It's on YouTube. You can listen to the entire album through. It is a great perspective from an African-American ghetto life that is just frustrated with how shit is. There's one quote on there that says, when you cut the welfare, how you gonna cut the welfare knowing damn well when you cut the welfare, people gonna do crime? So that's kind of what you were just saying, you know?
Yeah.
And I just want to encourage everybody, Dead Prez, Let's Get Free, premiere album, I think like 99. They're 21 and 20 years old, and they got some crazy insights. I'll put that shit on all the time.
All right, man.
Yeah, man.
Good talking to you, man. Thanks for the conversation.
Good luck to everybody out there. You know, just remember that no matter how bigoted your views are, no matter how wrong you think I am or anything like that, you can always change. And you know, I could always change too. So I wish you all the best.
All right, thanks for sharing your point of view, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you know, what's up, man? You got some weed?
Hey man, you got some weed?
I do not want Civil War, dude.
No, I don't
I'm really thinking about that a lot.
Yeah.
Have a good one, man.
Worried about that. Even like well before Civil War, I just hate how.
All right, boys and girls, this is odd, but I've got to end the stream real quick because there's a tornado warning for where I live. So sirens just started going off. I gotta get off the stream and go find some cover. I'll be back on as soon as I can. Bye.